Hello there everyone, welcome to the channel. In recent years, I've moved from the US to Japan, and I'm a big fan of collecting video games, and one of the first places I found myself drawn to was Hard Off. I left my game collection back home, so now I'm trying to rebuild it one shelf at a time. There's something very satisfying about seeing what we can dig up in a place like this, so let's see what we can find today.
My gas and my rent bill here. I figured, well, since we're going to be out anyway, might as well go and take a little tiny budget, get a couple games, start the collection again, and see what we can find. But goodness me, it is a hot one today.
Now, of course, as much as I'd love to grab everything I see, I'm trying to keep things simple today. Just looking for a couple of games to get started, nothing too pricey, nothing too rare. I'm not trying to rebuild my whole collection overnight, just kind of seeing what I can find without breaking the bank. Japan really is a treasure trove when it comes to cheap games. If you can read or speak Japanese even just a little bit, you'll find a gold mine of RPGs at reasonable prices. And even if you don't, there's still a ton of platformers, racers, fighters, games that don't need much language skill at all to enjoy. I saw a copy of New Super Mario Bros. For the Wii for just 550 yen. Even if you find copies of Smash Bros., those are going around for 500 yen each. Brawl for Wii U, 3DS. If you look around really closely, you can build a solid collection here without spending much at all. And here I found a copy of Mega Man X, kind of one of my all-time favorites. Game really kicked things up a notch from the classic Mega Man series. Wall jumps, dash moves, a more serious tone. It was kind of Capcom's way of leveling up the franchise from the Super Famicom era. I'd love to grab it, but to be honest, it's a little bit out of my budget today. I'm trying to get a couple of games, not spend it all on one, so let's just put this one back for now. I also saw this copy of Super Mario World. It's a little slightly over budget, but honestly, not a bad way to start the collection. So I think for today, we're gonna grab this one. Now this one here, this one's a really cool find. The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, easily my all-time favorite game. Number one, without a doubt. And this copy here, it comes in a pretty thick box because it includes the RAM expansion pack for the N64. Makes sense, the game was pretty demanding for its time. It's more dark, emotional, and kind of a different vibe from Ocarina of Time. Now I'd love to pick this one up. It's in great shape, I love the artwork, but it's a little out of my price range today, so we're just gonna put this one back too. Now here is a copy of Final Fantasy V, and one that I'm very happy to pick up today. It says that the manual is missing, but honestly, that's not really a deal breaker. Final Fantasy V is often praised for its deep job system, letting you customize your characters in tons of ways. It might not be as well known as some of the other entries, but it's got a charm all of its own. I've always enjoyed the series, and I'm looking into diving into this one, manual or not. Well, I think that's enough shopping for me today. Let's take these bad boys home and dig into our finds.
So all in all, I think I found a couple of really cool games while I was out, a couple of classics. One of my favorites, of course, Super Mario World for the Super Famicom here in Japan, or Super Nintendo if you're from America. Really appreciate the art style, especially all the art here on the back. When I was younger, we didn't really have the boxes or anything. I kind of just got my collection from a friend, so I kind of appreciate that here I can kind of just enjoy having the whole box together. I know it's a little beat up, but hey, you know, it was cheap enough, and I enjoy having it. It's not bad for the first part of the collection. Cool thing is, taking it out of the box, I actually still have the manual here with it. The Super Mario World manual. It's more like a poster than a manual, though, I realize. And we have the cartridge, a little bit brown on the little edge there. I don't care much for that, but hey, you know, there's no such thing as a perfect collection. Everything has its history, and that is a history mark right there. So we're just going to place that right back down. I'll unfold this so you guys can kind of see what this looks like in its full glory. Really neat things to see here in this manual, especially all the artwork that goes along with it. Now, of course, maybe if you'd want to read this, you'd have to be able to read Japanese, but, I mean, just for the video's sake, we can kind of enjoy the pictures as they are and the manual as it is. They don't really make them like this anymore, so it's kind of nice to look back on these old video games and kind of see the nice little things that they included for the enjoyment of the user. And unfortunately, you can see here, Mine is a little bit damaged. Maybe that's why it was a little bit cheaper than I thought, or maybe not, I'm not sure. But either way, yeah, it's not exactly perfect condition, but it is a very nice looking manual, at least to enjoy the art with. Here is the other side. Again, really cool artwork, and you have this whole map of the Yoshi Island that you can enjoy. And I really like how you can just kind of tell the era that this was drawn in. They just don't draw them like this like they used to. Everything's kind of digital art, but this looks very much hand-drawn, hand-painted, and it's just kind of a nice little thing to look at. Also, too, we have a bunch of little art of the enemies and such, and their little abilities, what they do, some power-ups here, Goombas, and other such neat little things. You got Bowser and the Koopalings and little dinosaur enemies. So all in all, yeah, pretty cool. I like that. Not buy a Super Famicom, unfortunately, so until then, we're just gonna have to tuck this little guy back in the box until we can test it out to see. Next up, we got Final Fantasy V from Square Enix. Now, this is actually a really fun game. I quite enjoyed this one a lot. I actually have been playing recently the pixel remasters of the Final Fantasy series, so it's kind of nice to have an original cartridge, and I always especially kind of loved the detail, even within the cartoony style, the nice little shading, the nice kind of realistic looking rock, and you have this nice little plane to look out on. Really, all in all, kind of a nice little box. You have a little intro blurb on the back. You got your characters. This one's talking about the elements and the crystals and the this, that, and the other thing. A lot of Japanese going on here, and a couple of nice little highlight shots to get you excited in playing the game. Any young kid in the 90s will certainly appreciate the artwork and beg their mother or their father to pick this one up for them. So really cool find. I like this one. Box, however, this one is missing the manual, unfortunately, so we can't have a look at that. But we do have the cartridge. It's a little bit brown, a little bit dirty, kind of used. You can tell this one was well loved by its previous owner. But hey, you know, it's just nice to have in the collection. We have it physically, and like I said, when we get that Super Famicom, we'll give these a shot. So that's kind of like the start of that's kind of like the first of maybe a few videos that I might make, just kind of showing off my interest, showing off that I like game collecting, kind of showing you what they offer here in Japan. If you like going to places like Hard Off or other types of places, I may do some more videos in the future, I'm not sure. But hey, you never know. Stay tuned. If you like, subscribe. Maybe I'll make some more. If not, no worries. We're just doing this for fun. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.